All right, the debt market in Nigeria is shaping up for the new month of June. Let's get a sense of today's trading since we started about 3.5 hours ago. Let's go to Citibank Nigeria. The head of fixed income trading, Nnamdi Nwizu, is joining us on the program. Thank you very much for coming through. Nnamdi, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Let's start from yesterday's Treasury bills auction. Bring us up to speed. Where's the market today as far as Treasury is concerned?
Well, we're seeing quite a bit of interest today, especially at the short end of the T-bill curve. So we're seeing a bit of buying because of the excess liquidity that we have in the market, basically from all maturities over the last week or so.
Where are Treasury yields right now? Are we done with inflation concerns for investors? Are we done with interest rate concerns from the central bank? Or is the market waiting for what the FX new direction will be? Talk us through this for a few seconds.
Well, first of all, at the MPC, they didn't tighten, so we'll take it that the central bank has at the back of his mind GDP growth and seems to be looking at GDP growth over inflation at the MPC that they had about a week plus ago. Now they've had a few more auctions. They haven't sold anything, which points towards them not tightening aggressively for now. So a lot of it will definitely depend on what happens with regards to the FX market. If they do open the FX market with regards to having a flexible exchange rate, then we expect to see some form of tightening from the central bank because they'll naturally want higher yields to attract offshore investors and also want to reduce the naira that you have available chasing the USD in the interbank market.
Look into the bond portfolio for us. Where are the yields right now? Look into it for us.
Well, at the long end of the bond curve, the 2034, 2036 maturities, roughly about 13.5. At the mid-end, we see them slightly higher, about 13.65, 13.7. And at the very short end, roughly about 13.1 levels. So we have a bit of a hump curve with a bit more interest at the short end and at the long end of the curve versus the middle end of the curve.
Okay, in terms of your outlook, give us your short term as it were. This week is short already because of the public holiday on Monday. Talk us through Thursday, Friday. How are we heading towards the weekend? Not too long from here, 24 hours.
Well, the market, in as much as we've seen a bit of buying, I think we'll continue to see some interest at the short end of the T-bill curve because of the excess liquidity that you have in the market. On the bond side, seeing a bit of apathy from investors. So might continue to see a bit of pressure, upwards movement in yields, especially as we'll be having a bond auction in about a week and a half or thereabouts. So that will definitely lead to a bit more pressure because you have more supply of bonds. And based on that, I expect to see yields inch up a bit on the bond side up until we have the auction.
Generally speaking, are there concerns from you fixed income traders about what's going on from the equity side?
Well, no, the equity market seemed to go on a bullish tangent on the back of the central bank's comments about the flexible exchange rate. But as that hasn't happened, I guess we've seen quite a bit of selling because naturally I don't think the flexible exchange rates happens overnight. There'll be a lot of modalities to be worked out. We saw an article today in the paper that talked about central bank meeting with the treasurers of the various banks on trying to work out a solution for that market. But for us, really, I don't think we have an eye on the equities market.
Okay, whatever happened to the net connection there. Thank you very much, Nnamdi Nwizu, for wrapping up the program for us on a very high, good notes of what's going on, view of the market. If you want to follow the rest of the fixed income market, follow Channels Television, Nigeria's news leader, and you see the ticker tip there, and you can follow what interests you in the bills and bonds portfolio. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.